Hello everybody, this is Michael from the Board Games Chronicle, and I would like today to present to you Great Battles of Julius Caesar Deluxe Edition. This is a recent reprint, which I managed to acquire like a month ago. In the meantime, I played already some solo scenarios, which you can see on my Twitter and my blog, and now I decided to create this material for you guys. Before going to the material, couple of words about the game and about the series. So Great Battles of History is a series which have already, I don't know, like 15 titles, and it's on the market for at least 30 years already. This is a system and games created by Mark Herman and late Richard Berg. They are depicting the ancient and medieval warfare. You know, we really don't exactly know how this ancient medieval warfare looked like, but we can assume to some extent that the solutions shown here by the authors are indeed depicting the actual strategies and tactics. Great Battles of History for many is a complex system. I would not say so. When you understand the basic principles, you can play really quickly and really smoothly. I play always a full game. I don't like the simplified version because, yeah, it's lacks some very interesting tactical and strategical decisions. Of course, and here I would like to ask for your forgiveness, there are some specific rules in the rulebook which might be omitted from time to time. But remember, in order to get the fun from the game, you should allow the flow of the game to proceed and do not look up too much into the rulebook. If you look too much in the rulebook, that means you will not have the fun from the game. So I would like to ask for forgiveness if you should see any issues during the game. The rulebook has around 48 pages, but let's be honest, when you played one game in the system, the others will be pretty similar. So with this request at the beginning of the game, I would like to ask for forgiveness if you see any issues. What I would like to do today is create a video which in a nice and interesting way will show you how to play the Great Battles of History, Julius Caesar. On the other hand, I would like to do in a way which will be really interesting. So we will be doing the session report, and during the session report, I will be explaining some of the game mechanics and rules. For the veterans of the system, I think it will be interesting to see how this battle plays. For the new persons to the system or interested to see what has changed from the previous edition of Julius Caesar, or simply to learn the flow of the game and whether the game is for them, I think it will be a good introduction. Let me move to the next part. So explanation, what battle will be playing. This will be the battle for Paris in 52 BC in Gaul. So this is from the Julius Caesar in Gaul, a part of the rulebook. By the way, the rulebook is even thicker than the scenario book is thicker than the rulebook. It's 80 pages. It's because we have the scenarios from the rise of the Roman warlords, so Sulla, Marius. We have Caesar Gallic Wars, we have Caesar Civil Wars, and we have also Roman conquest of Britain. So simply tons of goodies in this volume. That is why it's deluxe edition. Yeah. So this is the smallest battle in the whole box. This is probably the easiest one to play, the fastest one to play, and that's why also I thought it's the best one to shoot a video about. If we will be playing some larger battles of a civil war, for example, I'm sure, guys, it would take us 4 to 6 hours and nobody will be willing to watch this video. I hope to close this video once I start playing, because there's still an introduction, in about an hour, which is, I think, digestible amount of time, I hope, for you. Okay, so what's the historical situation? It's 52 BC. So that's actually the year when the Vercingetorix rebelled and the whole Gaul rebelled against the Caesar. We have a situation when Caesar It's not here, not on the map. He sent his best lieutenant, whom? Titus Labienus. We have him here. Yeah, I hope you can see him. Titus Labienus is here. He sent him and 4 legions, 4 veteran legions. You can see 3 here. One is actually pacifying a nearby town. That's unfortunately how the war is fought. Let's not forget about it. And those legions are supposed to squash the rising rebellion in the area of Paris. Lutetia is Paris, actually. So we would have a couple of tribes here, like Parisi, Auleci, Senones. So these are the tribes which are near Paris, then Lutetia, and they are starting to make trouble. This is not huge enough, let's say, uprising for Caesar to personally intervene, but his able lieutenant should deal with it. By the way, we are at the verge of the Battle of Alesia. So pretty soon, Caesar will have a real trouble and real problems. Historically, Labienus will crush the barbarians here and manage to get to Caesar on time for the Alesia siege and battle. So just looking at the map, we can see we have 3 legions, 7th, 9th, and 12th, very small cavalry contingent, and a couple of skirmishers. On the barbarian side, we have a very small cavalry. We have 3 tribes, but important feature is that we have overall commander. So we don't have 3 tribes fighting separately. We have 1 commander who actually can command each and every unit on this map. This is very important. That's a unified command on the barbarian side. In great battles of history, you don't have a very common I go, you go system in hex encounters case. No, you have leaders, and we have 3 legates for legions, 1, 2, 3, 1 for cavalry and overall commander Labienus, and we have tribal chief for Senones, tribal chief for Parisi, and we have here the overall commander and the tribal chief for Auleci. So actually we have 3 leaders here and 5 leaders here, and they will be moving in the initiative order. I will not be explaining each and every number on those counters because you would get bored, but when we need to actually do something, let us then discuss it, and we will do it now. You see, we have leaders from barbarian forces and from the Roman forces, and you can see here the initiative in the middle, the black one, 4, 4. So this is important, and then we have also the range on which the commands can be made. Important note in this game is that Labienus is not a usual legate in this battle. He has some specific abilities because he is also acting as overall commander. So he doesn't need to roll for strategy rating when he does the 2nd and the 3rd order phase in his turn, which can be done thanks to the momentum. He still needs to roll for the momentum, but not for the strategy ratings. And he can order up to 2 other legates. We have 1, 2, 3 to issue an command for Legion. And Legion command allows this legate move all cohorts in his range. Well, you will see during the game how it looks like. I don't want to be too theoretic in this game. So one more thing I would like to draw your attention to is special abilities of the barbarian forces. So those 2 abilities, and kill me if I can pronounce it well. Ferocity, I think I can pronounce well, but Impatience is probably not fully correctly explained by me. So those 2 give some advantage to the goals, and it reflects their tactics and strategies. So let's start with ferocity. At the start of each battle where we have Gauls or Germans, the barbarian infantry and light infantry, so BI and LI units, will start with ferocity. And what ferocity allows, that allows them, when they will be charging the enemy, to have positive modificator, and the defending enemy would have negative modificator. And also, the ferocity allows the tribal chiefs to have to have positive modificator for this momentum thing, so ability to take the second and third order turn. So that's pretty cool. They will be losing this when the units from the tribes start to rout. And the second special ability, don't even ask me to try to pronounce it, allows all the units, all the infantry units, to have additional movement point. They regularly have 5. You can see it here. This is 5 on the black background. They would have 6, and that's really good stuff. By the way, this modificator to momentum is exactly in the second special feature, not in ferocity. Sorry, ferocity only adds these modificators during the charge. Impact, so the strike with which they attack actually gives them additional movement and the possibility for the leaders to much easier do the momentum. Okay, I think we are ready. The best way to show how the game plays is to play the game. Let me put it here. We'll be rolling. We'll be doing some rolls, of course. So I need it here on the rule book. Here we have turns, turn 1, 0 to 0 road points. And by the way, the game will end when the Romans reach 80 road points, or Gallic army 50 road points, not per tribe, but the total. And how do we get the road points? You see, here in the middle we have something called troop quality, the most important number on this token, that shows how good the troops are. If they accumulate cohesion hits from battle, fatigue, movement up 7 or more, they rout. We do not give the points to the opponent immediately. Only when the routed unit is permanently eliminated or exits the map, the points goes here. Good. I think we are ready to go. So let me do short preparations and we will be starting. Let the game begin. So we start as per the rules and sequence of play from the auxiliary phase. So overall commanders can activate their skirmishers to move and fire. They were used mainly for this. We don't have any skirmishers here, but we have skirmishers here, and Labinius can use one of his potential orders. He can have up to 3 during the turn to move skirmishers, which will do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hexes. As you see, they have 6 to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we'll go through the regular leader activation phase. As I showed you, we have leaders with initiative 3 here, 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 and here. So we need to roll who will move first, and then we'll alternate the activations. This is really good mode of changing the initiative during the game. We have also momentums and other stuff like trumps, which allows one side to go before the other, but will not go to this in this mode. 0 to 4, these are the Romans who are moving first. 5 to 9, barbarians. 0 to 4, so the Romans are moving first, so they will move forward the 7th Legion by 5 hexes. 1, 2, 3, 5. And just let me move them as a group. Exactly, Aquilia also goes here. We don't want to do, most probably don't want to do any kind of momentum or at least second move with a legion, because every unit except the skirmishers who moves twice, unfortunately, immediately has one hit inflicted. So I will allow myself to finish with the guy. He does not want to do momentum. So we go to the next leader with a 3. And the next leader with a 3 would be one of those two. I think we'll move. This tribal chief can move Senones, that can move Parisi, and then can move as an overall commander everything. So we start with this guy, initiative 3, we move 6, because they have, I just would like to remind you, +1 to move 1, 6, okay, and we move everybody else also 6. And do we want to do any more moves with this chief? No, definitely not. We don't want to have hits inflicted for the second move. Now we move to another 3 initiative leader. Let me move the cavalry. Not too far, they are inferior to this barbaric cavalry. Let them observe what's going on, and definitely don't do any kind of momentums or other stuff. We still have one leader with initiative 3 on this side, so we will move Parisi 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Due to ferocity, it's better for barbarians to attack than be attacked. 2 reasons. They will have those modifiers when they charge to the troop quality checks, both positive for them and negative for Romans. And second thing is that when you see the losses after the fight, when barbarians attack the veteran cohorts, the losses are equal. There are no any multiplications. There are no superiority. And when the Romans attack the barbarians, they have attack superiority, so their hits are doubled. So that is why it's important for barbarians to attack first. Okay. No. So we moved all Parisi, and we don't want any kind of momentum for now. So this leader is finished. Now we have those two. How you call them, legates here, who can potentially move in this phase or can be ordered by Labienus. So let me leave them. They will both pass. And we now move to initiative 4, which is 4 here and 4 here. Doesn't really matter who will move first. 0 for Romans. Okay, this time the barbarians. And for barbarians, you see, this overall commander can issue a line command on the range of 9, and he can issue this order only to one type of unit, so infantry or cavalry. So for them, for barbarians, it would be perfect if he can move infantry, roll for momentum, and move also the cavalry. Let him move the infantry first because this is more important. Let me just calculate if he goes here, whether he has range for line command of those units. But I just realized that in order to give a line command, you need to be within 2 hexes of the units. If I remember correctly, let me check. I'm completely right. You see, guys, we cannot have a setup like this because we'll never order those guys unless we have some individual orders. So let me just slightly modify the setup. This is a minor thing, the modification, but the major thing being able. You see, we don't have enough leaders on the barbaric side. We have legate for the cavalry here, and we don't have here. So what he will do, he will issue the order for this cavalry, a line command, and they move forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We want to move maximum because we want to hit those guys. And now for infantry, he needs to roll for momentum. He has good chances from 0 to 5, and I really hope he will roll. Yeah, that's a risk. I'm not saying what I'm doing is the best strategically. I want to show you how the game plays. Okay, 0. So he has a momentum. And what happens now? He moves them 5 hexes forward. So I believe 6 hexes, because we have, of course, additional movement point. So that's how does it look like. Otherwise, we would not be able to do anything. And we don't need any more phases. We will finish him. And now Labinius, as his order, he gives 2 orders to legates, and they each of them issues a legion command. They are in his range, so this is of course automatic. So they are moving 5 hexes forward. Just like this. Those guys, I prefer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, will be. Labinius will have the range there. Okay, and the second order is given here. Okay, they move here. One, two, three, four, five. Let me move that way because I'm a little afraid of what's coming there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. Oh, this counter is not clipped. He was in the forest. I need to do this during the break in the shooting. Okay. I probably would like to do the momentum with Labinius. So he can potentially has 3 orders. First he used for auxiliary phase. Second he used for this phase, and now he has initiative 4. So we have 50% chance for him to have 1 more turn of moves. 2. So yeah, he will have 1 more order. So what he can do? He can move here to the. Or he will be giving the individual orders 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to slingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, the slingers will approach this leader and will try to fire against him. And those archers can move. They actually, I will not be moving them. Those skirmishers, unfortunately, when moved, the archers, when moved, they cannot fire. So they move during this turn, so they cannot fire. And if I move them, they will not be able to fire. So we will use slingers. And as you can see, slinger on range 2 rolls with 0, 9 die, and on 0, 2 he scores a hit, but we need to modify -1 because they moved. So 0, 1 against this leader. No. 1, so there is a hit. And if there is a hit, there is also potential leader casualty check. 9, so we have 1 hit here against those units. Where the tweezer would be helpful. And in essence, that finishes the turn. Yeah, Labinius used all his orders, so we can now do a small cleanup, and we'll move to turn 2. I will be with you shortly. Okay, guys, we are now ready for the turn 2. We can potentially start from the auxiliary phase, and so Labinius decides I will use one of my 3 potential orders for auxiliary phase. So those skirmishers, those 2 will fire here. Those will wait for the approach and will be firing only when the units will be approaching, because after move the archers cannot fire, just a reminder. So we roll with those Balearic slingers, and I believe this will be on 0-2. Yes. Slinger 0-2 at the range 2. First roll, 8, nothing. Has they finished their supply? No. I thought they will finish their supply of slings, and 6, nothing. So that was not worth it, unfortunately. Now we roll the die for the 3 initiative leaders, that, and potentially the legacies, except for Labienus, to see who moves first. 0 to 4, the first move with the initiative 3 leader is on Romans. 0 to 4, and 5 to 9, these are barbarians. Okay, 0 to 4 are the Romans. So I think they will start to deploy for a battle already, with Legio VII going first. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, we will not be moving. Or we can even do something differently that way, because then the second line will also be able to move. The range of barbarians is huge, so whatever we do, they will catch up with us. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. We should have the leader somewhere over here. The Aquilia here. And those guys 1, 2, 3, 4. I prefer here this wing. Good. So this is their move. Do I want a momentum? Not necessarily. I don't want to move those units anymore. So let me finish this, guys. And now the 3 initiative leader on the side of the barbarians. And what I'm thinking of doing to present you the rules, to present you the game, we will activate that guy, and those guys will charge the Legion. How would we like to do it? Let me see. There are 6 Senones, so we will move that way. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 places possibility, and 6 places to attack. Unfortunately, in one of them it will be double attack, double defense from legions. So let me move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The legions will be able to throw pillar, which we'll do in a moment. 5. Okay, I remind you that then we have also the TQ checks, which will be the bonus on the side of barbarians. They go here. Now, those guys will definitely orderly withdraw. No brainer. Completely a no brainer. And yeah, that would be the first attack of the evening. Let me do one thing. Okay guys, so we zoomed in. I hope you will have a good visibility. Still during the movement phase, those guys are able to throw a pillar and to see what's going on, whether they will hit the enemy. Unfortunately, when we zoom in, I cannot show you the die roll, so you will have to believe me. Now, the javelin has really good chances of a good roll. It's up to 6, so I'll be rolling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That way, and we'll also have a throw from the X is axe, so they have also very good chances of hitting. So let me do it now. We're going from here to here. First roll 5, which is hit. I will be putting this here. 0, which is hit. 6, which is still hit, although very close. 9, which is miss. Now those guys. 0, which is hit. And last 2. 8, which is miss. and 6, which is hit. Now we have 2 X-Men. Yeah, here we also have an X-Men. So he throws his axe here, and he throws against those guys. So up to 7, 3, and second roll 3. So 2 threes. Yes, let me just start putting this here. So it goes here. By the way, those skirmishers, when they were orderly withdrawing, they could do it without any penalties. They are really nimble and able to move through the cohorts without any problem. Now, we start now with the phase, the shock combat segment. The first part is shock designation, and of course, in this particular case, we have the barbarians charging. So we have shock must check. Yeah, we'll have to check the troop quality. And because we have ferocity, that means that all rolls which are against Romans are with +2 modifier, and all rolls which are against barbarians are with -1 modifier. So if it will be much easier for the Gallic units to survive, if I remember. Yes. Good. Let's start rolling. I will start rolling for the Romans. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rolls. And we add 2. If we roll more than troop quality, this is the number of hits which are included. So we start from the 4th cohort. I roll 6 plus 2, which is 8. That means 1 cohesion hit. Now cohort 7. I roll 6 plus 2. These are 8. This is 2 above, so this is 8. I knew it will not be piece of cake if barbarians charge. Now the cohort 8. The cohort number you have here 8, 7, 4. I roll 4 plus 2. This is 6, so no hit. Now cohort 3. I roll 2 plus 2 is less than 7. Cohort 10, they have only 6 drop quality, but we roll 4 plus 2, this is 6. Now cohort number 2, I rolled 7 plus 2, it's 9. So 3 hits in total. 2 was already. I'm really afraid for this cohort, but you know those guys actually fight with those two, so probably should be okay. And now the last check for veteran cohort 1. I roll 1 plus 2. It's 3. It's much less than the true quality. So a lot of losses before the fight from the axes and from the charge. We have like 7 hits on Romans. Now we go through barbarians. They have slightly lower troop quality. We'll go from here to there, and we do the -1. I remind you, I roll 5 -1, nothing. For the unit number 6, we can go through the number 6, 3, 5, 2. Yeah. Unit number 3, I roll 2, nothing. Unit number 5, I roll 2, nothing. Unit number 2, I roll 3, nothing. Unit number 4, I roll 1, nothing, and unit number 1, I roll 1. Okay. No losses on the barbarian side from the charge, but you can see how much losses the Pila did. They had like 5 hits from Pila only. Okay. So now we need to check the potential leader casualty. If we roll 0, because this leader is involved in the fight. If we roll 0, it will be difficult. Now we rolled 3, so everything is fine. Now the most interesting part of the shock combat, we do the clash of swords. We determine the superiority. Let me show you the superiority chart. Here it is, and in the superiority chart you see the attacker type is barbarian infantry, and they are attacking veteran cohort. So nobody has superiority. On the other hand, if it's veteran cohort who is attacking barbarian infantry, the cohort would have attack superiority, so double the hits. That's what I said when I was pointing out to the fact that it's easier to attack with barbarians than to defend. Okay, now we look at which column we should roll, and the columns you check here. We have frontal attack, and we are barbarian infantry attacking veteran cohort, so we roll on the row number 4. No, row but column. And here are the columns, shock combat resolution chart. How do you read it? You look at 4, you roll a die, you roll from 0 to 9, and the first number are the losses of the attacker, and in the brackets, the losses of the defender. We'll have some modifications because we need to take into account with the leaders in the front line, whether there is a different size of the troops. There is no terrain here, so there is nothing like that. So we go one by one, here, 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 and here. So it's like 6 resolutions, and we'll be rolling for each of them. You can look at the sizes. The sizes of the troop is on the red background, 7 to 5. We round it up, which means this is like 2 to 1, not 1 to 1. So that also means that we change the column from 4 to 5. So we'll roll on the column 5 in the first 5 battles. But here we have 7 to 10, which is rounded in the favor of the charging unit, so 1 to 1. Here we will be using the column 4. In case we have static units, first of all, we would have shock no troop quality check because there was no charge, so there is no need to check for charge. And then the rounding will be in favor of the defender. If they charge, the rounding is in the favor of the attacker. Okay, a lot of casualties soon. We start, and I will go from these units up to those units. So we roll first on the column 5, and I will be telling you what I rolled and what are the losses. Column 5, I rolled 6. Let me show you how does it look like. How do we cross-reference? So this is column 5, 6, and this is 2, 2. Both sides lose 2 cohesion hits. So we had 1, 1. We have now 3, 3. We'll change it to 3, and we'll change it to 3. Second attack, I rolled 9. Oh my goodness, you need to see it. You need to see it. So 9 on the 5 is here. So 2 on attacker, 3 on defender. Which means those guys are within 1 cohesion hit of their limit. They have 5 hits and the limit is 6. And they could potentially collapse. And those guys got 2 hits. The only thing which saves usually the Romans is that they do not route out of the map but to Aquilia, and also the ability of the leaders to remove cohesion hits from them. Yeah, that's also possible. This fight, column 5, I rolled 1. So this time the attacker has 3 hits and the defender has 2 hits. So that went poorly now for the barbarians, and they would have a possibility to rout. Third attack, here we will have modification because the leader is fighting. We add to the roll the charisma. Charisma is on the black. This is 1. I rolled 6, plus 1 is 7, on the column 5 is 2 and 2. So we just make it 2, and here we have 3. Remember, not all cohorts are fighting. We are still have 1, 2, 3 in the background, so there will be forces to counter attack. Now we have a fight here on the column 5 again. I rolled 9 again, so 2 hits on the defenders and 3 hits on the 3 hits on the defender, 2 hits on the attacker. Nice. And then we have the situation here. Let me see what I will roll. I rolled 4. 4 means 3 on attacker, 2 on defender. Okay, so attacker is pretty close to collapse, unfortunately. Not so much, but still. And we divide those 2 hits between those 2 guys. So that one would have 4. And that one would have 1. So the first question when we finish the fight is, do we have any troops which reached the troop quality limit? So would we have anybody who will simply collapse? No, we don't have. But we have 2 specific units which are one cohesion hit from their limit, and they are in the zone of control of the enemy units. You see, this is that unit and that unit. We roll for each such unit, and if we roll more than their troop quality, so we do the standard troop quality check, they roll. If we do not roll over their troop quality, they recover 1 hit. Yes. So let me roll first for Romans. Up to 6, nothing happens. I rolled 5, nothing happens. So it changes from 5. Sorry for this. It changes to 4. And now we roll for barbarians. I rolled 7, and the 7, if I'm not mistaken, is more than their troop quality. So they immediately rolled. What does it mean? They move 2 hexes back. So here. Now, let me clean up this clutter, and we'll continue in a moment. Let us continue with the recording. So that was not the most fortunate attack of the barbarians, but and we need to roll for the ferocity of this tribe, because we have 1 unit rolled. Let me just put additional markers so we can do it by tribe. Yes. And I need 1 more ferocity. Okay. I think we should do it by tribe. Usually we do it by tribe. So his initiative is 3. So let me roll to see if ferocity stays. We rolled 0 ferocity states. Now we can roll now for momentum. They have normally initiative 3, but still we have special abilities. So up to 4, and there will be 1 more move by this leader. No, they unfortunately didn't roll. He is in enemy zone of control. The only thing he could do actually is to use his range, command range, and to enable units to attack in the shock combat. So probably it would be exactly what he will do. Now on the swing we have both sides finished, and we move to the leader with the initiative rating 3 on this side. I'm afraid of those guys. I will be really honest. This cavalry doesn't look nice. On the other hand, most probably we would need also to fight with those barbarians pretty soon. So let us prepare for this. Shall we issue an order to charge? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or whether we should simply allow Labinius, I think so, to play in his turn and activate 2 units. So what I will do now, I will pass with this guy. So now the play goes to this side. Let us risk the cavalry attack from here to here. Maybe it's not a huge risk. The risk will be lighter whether this guy will be able to do the momentum. But wait, my mistake. It's initiative 4. We now talk about initiative 3. So the Parisi will move now. Yes, and some of them I believe I would like to fight. I would like those guys. They will be, of course, doing the orderly withdrawal. No doubt about this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Probably at least here. And the Parisi will move forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They cannot move further because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That doesn't change anything. Let me just move from here. Here. Okay. The best Parisi will go to the front. And we would like to have a possibility to flee without going through your own troops, because that inflicts additional hit. Okay, we have it that way. And let me come here. And this guy goes here, but no, then he will not be able to be part of the line. Let's do it that way. And we'll have one fight. We'll have a fight here. This cohort does not have the possibility to attack because they already use the javelin. Actually, we should not move the leader. But we need leader here, but that guy should move here because if he's in enemy zone of control, just a reminder, that means that he will not be able to issue any other orders when to attack. So it's much better way to do it like this. Okay, so we have charge. We need to do this troop quality check. Yeah, we have troop quality 6 and 8. So first of but we have the special abilities. So first versus Romans, I roll 3 + 2 is 5 nothing, and now for 0 minus 1 it's less. They during the movement phase they still would be able to throw an axe. I forgot. Let me do it now. 0, yeah, they inflicted a hit. I believe the second one. Yes, the second here. Let me just put this here. It would be easier. So we have 6 troop quality to 6 troop quality. Nice, interesting. We did the troop quality shock mass check. So now we move to the next phase. We check the superiority. Let me get the chart. I think just as previously, BI versus veteran cohort. No superiority, and now we go here and we look at barbarian infantry attacks veteran cohort at 4, and because this is 7 size to 5 size, it will move the column 1 to the left. From my side, from your side, it's to the right. So on the 5, We roll on the 5. We roll 2, we roll poorly. It means 3 hits on the attacker, 2 hits on the defender. So defender is 4. Not the best result. I would say it's not. It's only 1 legion, and we still have 2, which has not started to fight. That's all for those guys. Now the question is whether we would like to have a second turn. Let's roll for momentum for those guys. Yeah, let's roll. He has initiative 3. There are some options, because even if we have a second move and 1 cohesion hit, it's better than just stand and wait for the cohorts to approach. Up to 4. So this guy has a momentum. Now, the Romans has possibility to trump this momentum with a higher initiative leader, like with a 4, and they need to roll 0 to 4, 50% chances for Labienus to trump this guy. But if Labienus fails this roll, he is finished for the turn. With a better leaders like Caesar, like Alexander the Great, like Belisarius, I would attempt a trump, but not with Labienus. No. So what this tribal chief will do, he will issue the line command at the range of 9. He can do it, and he moves everybody again. Those guys will for sure go back. They could fire. I forgot about firing previously, because when the units approach at the range of 2, they can fire before they are moving. So we'll do it. But the most important attack, which I would like to do, is here, from the flank. And that would be pretty interesting. So who moves first? I believe those guys will move here. 1, 2. Now they can be fired before orderly withdrawal at the range of 2. I believe I have it somewhere. At the range of 2, Sling is up to 2, Archer up to 3. Sling, nothing, and they are missile low because they rolled 9. And now the Archer, and they hit. Okay, so they disappear here. They disappear here. And those guys are moving here for potential attack here from the flank. Of course, they are also open to the flank attack from here, so we will need to do something about it in a moment. We would like to charge, that's for sure. 7 of this is a really tough legion to crack. Tough, but we'll try. 1, they can fire up to 2. Nothing, and orderly withdrawal. So they go up here. 7 goes here. We will be, of course, firing to them in a moment from the javelins. This guy goes here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nobody is able to come here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, the leader is able to get here. You see, we can move with him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Of course, those skirmishers will be disappearing. Those moved already, so they will not be moving. Then those didn't, but we are moving here. They can potentially roll, I think, from the flank. 0 inflicting 1 hit, but they are, I believe, approached from the flank. From the flank is not a problem, from the rear it will be a problem. Okay, so the leader has another hit inflicted. I believe we should check for the casualty. which we will do in a moment. Nothing. And now we pack more troops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. And some potentially devastating for both sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like this to protect a little, at least a little. Parisi will be only fighting, nobody else. And I believe we need to do some kind of a screen. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Like that for. All those units are will have one more hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let us remember, each of them is getting one more hit. Let me first of all roll with those javelins, and then we will provide them with cohesion hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, and also the ones with the axes later on. But first of all, the javelins. Hit, 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 hit. So the 4 units attacking the Legio IX are all hit. That unit is already pretty much depleted to the level of 4 cohesion hits. Those, and we need to add one more, I believe, for the movement. So this is 5. It's a lot. But you do a lot to win. Then those guys would have 2 hits. Those also 2 hits. Those also 2 hits. Those 1, there was no javelin attack against them. Here we would have 1s. 1 hits. Okay, and we will also have 1 hit on the flank here, where we moved against this unit of a 7th Legion. I'm afraid this first cohort can be in a bit of trouble. They moved forward recklessly. They inflicted huge losses on Senones, but now when Parisi are attacking, it can be even more difficult. Okay, we'll be throwing the axes here, here, and here. No, there are no axes here. Sorry. So we'll be throwing 1 here, up to 7, and up to 7. It's a hit. And it's a hit, so we have 2 more hits here. 1 and 1. And those guys were throwing. No, not here. Those were throwing here because they will try to inflict enough losses to actually break those guys. And this goes against cohort 1. Okay. So we are ready for the shock attack. A short pause, and we will start.